Okay, next one is, are you planning on expanding servers to other areas, for example, Asia, Australia?
We will have to see where we see the player base going. If we see, right now we focused 2 shards, one in Europe, one in North America. That's really to capture those 2 markets. If we start to see a large take-up or a large demand in, say, Asia. I am based in Southeast Asia, so I'm waving the flag for a Southeast Asia Singapore-based shard, but nobody's listened to me yet. We'll basically have to see where that goes, and we'll scale that as the demand requires us.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, some users with AMD radio HD systems have some issues with the audio. Sound is lagging. Do you have any information about this?
Yeah, it's something that we're very, very actively looking at. Our compat performance team is we're very aware of the issues that are being raised. I know that it's a source of frustration. I would love for us to go faster at fixing these things. The unfortunate case is that these things are hard to fix, and I want to make sure that we do it right. I would love for us to be able to support these cards much better and to fix these issues, and we will do. It's just taking time. And we have regular meetings where we discuss these things and the progress that we're on, and we are making good headway. But I just want to make sure everybody understands we are listening to you. We get it. We're doing the best that we possibly can to fix this as quickly as possible. But yes, ultimately the answer to the question, we are doing everything we can to support all of these. It's not just the AMD Radeon HD, it's broader than that, but we're doing everything we possibly can to do that as quickly as possible.
Okay. Are you thinking about having a Steam version of the game?
So it's there's a number of free-to-play games on Steam. That's growing. It's certainly there's absolutely no denying that there is a large group of people there that I'm sure would love to be playing GRO. So it's it's something that I think we should be thinking about. We'll have to see how it goes. Right now, we're focused entirely on our own community and on you guys, and just driving the game through that channel. And I think you guys, and I feel really buoyed by the community that we already have. Of course, I would love for lots more people to come into the game and join us, and we'll have to look at the best ways of doing that.
The next topic is about ping limitations on servers. I think we already had some improvements with the latest versions, and we don't have so many red pingers anymore, but it's still a topic. Do we have any plans to restrict someone from the game with a very bad internet connection?
We do have minimum requirements for the internet connection. We're not blocking anybody who doesn't need those. I think it's an interesting idea. We have to be a little bit careful with it. That it's, if for whatever reason when we do our test you're downloading a big file and we see that your internet connection is falsely bad, should I really be stopping you from playing the game? I would be annoyed if somebody did that to me. So we need to be very, very careful with that. I think what we're doing is trying to make sure that we're grouping people together to play together that have good pings. That's all. I think I would rather do it in that inclusive way rather than excluding people. But we need to keep looking at it. We need to keep looking at our options and refining it. It's a constant effort to figure out how to make that even better. But as you say, I think we've made good improvement. It's just a case now of keeping that momentum going.
Okay, another player asks, is there a hard-coded 60 frames per second limit on the game?
Yes, there is.
Because there is.
There is. The reason we've done that is because obviously it's being an online game. We want to make sure that everybody has a similar experience as possible. We don't want to have a scenario where somebody's managing to run the game at 200 frames per second and somehow gets a different experience. So we've limited it at 60 because we feel that's where the gameplay plays its best. And rather than focus on going above that, what we're focusing all of our efforts on is bringing everybody as close to that as possible, which is where all the support for the various hardware, PC hardware, comes in.
Okay, so the next one, users are asking, do you have any plans to add additional skins for the UI or to make it customizable, that you can customize the UI?
That's an interesting one. We don't have any plans right now. The UI that we've delivered is very intrinsic to the tone that we've got with the game. I think if I told my lead UI artist that anybody could change the colors and we could have a pink GRO UI, he might have a heart attack. Artists are very, very focused on the look and the feel. But it is an interesting idea. It's being able to change certain areas could be something that we could focus on. Again, that will come down to prioritization of where we focus our attention with the game.
Okay, the next one is there a fix foreseen for the caused leg shots? For example, limb shots?
Again, it's our gameplay team is looking. There's lots of different reasons why that's happening. We're looking at finding those reasons and fixing them as much as possible. In some instances it's about lag. In some instances it's about where the body is positioned behind cover. It's a multifaceted problem, but we are committed to trying to find as many fixes as possible. We hear from the community that it is an issue, and we agree. So we're looking at ways that we can solve it.
Okay, the next one. Yeah, I know it's more a question for Joe McGinn, but maybe you can also answer it. It's about the weapon flinch, which is a huge topic in the community. What's the status on this?
So we right now we're testing various solutions to it. I actually played in a playtest today with a solution to it. So it's in the playtesting phase right now. It's as with everything in development, it still needs work. So we're working on it. We do agree that this is by far one of the biggest things that the community is telling us that we need to solve. and so we're actively trying to solve it. So fingers crossed on that one.
Alright, next question is, are you planning to add an advanced interface option, a graphical interface option? For example, just singularly modifying the depth of field and anything like this?
Yes, it is. It's again, the philosophy that we initially took was make things as simple for the player as possible. So we took the view of, well, having very low, medium, high settings makes it simple, but it doesn't take into account the fact that there are different configurations people are playing. There's so many permutations on PCs that we can't keep up with that. And we get that. We're doing the best that we can, but I agree that we should be giving players more options in terms of what they can turn on and turn off. We have to be a little bit careful with that because there's some elements that are gameplay facing that we need to have on, but we're looking at ways where we can give players that level of advanced options to hone the experience as best as possible for their PC setup.
Okay. The community often compares Ghost Recon with other shooters, especially other Ghost Recon games like Future Soldiers, and they're asking for a possibility to test weapons before they buy them.
Yes. Having the ability to be able to test a weapon before you buy it, I fundamentally agree that is something that we need to get into. We're asking players to buy a weapon effectively blind right now, and that's a big choice to make. So we're looking at ways that we can deliver that sort of experience, so that you have the ability to be able to test your weapon and really get a feel for it before you commit to buying it. And so that's something that we are actively working on.
The next one is about the ammo pool. For example, right now you only have one set of Magnum ammo per game. They were wondering if it would be possible to add an infinite, if you buy several stacks of Magnum ammo, in which you can equip it at any point within the game.
Yeah, right now it's the way that Magnum ammo was designed was it was designed to be used in special cases. It wasn't something that we wanted players to have an unlimited availability of, because then that does provide an imbalance. If that were the case, you'd have an imbalance. Then we wouldn't just be balancing across weapons, we'd be balancing across weapons that had Magnum ammo, and that's a variable that's very, very difficult to provide a base balance on. So hence the ability, but we did want the ability to provide players with a boost when they need it in certain cases. It's almost like a nitrox boost in a driving game. It's a similar sort of concept with Magnum ammo in our game. So hence the idea that basically you go in with one crate and you can switch to that when you need to in certain circumstances and use that tactically. Provides you with yet another tactical option. So that's the fundamental design philosophy behind it. And right now that's the direction that we're staying in. I think if we were to give people unlimited Magnum ammo, I think that may cause issues. But we also need to look at how people are using it, and sort of look at the future balancing, look at how that would then scale and balance across the game.